We're here today at Atthows Park. We're talking with Simon Boegheim and Tony Schofield from Centenary Stormers. Hello gentlemen, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
So the club shares a 10-year history with Football Brisbane from when you entered the zone with senior competitions. The club goes back a bit further than that. Can you explain a little bit more of that history, Simon?
Yes, unfortunately I can't be exact about the original date, but we know we go back as far as the early 1980s. That's what I've been able to find out from former players, etc. But until 2006 we were only a junior club. And in 2006 we fielded our first senior team, which was a ladies team, and we've always been quite strong in women's football. And then in 2007 the first men's team, Metro 5, that also won the premiership that year, or the championship. And since then we've grown very much at senior level with the number of teams we've got and the various divisions and age groups that we cover.
Yourselves and Virginia United have obviously profited a little bit from the restructure of the competitions locally. You got promoted from Capital League 2. How do you think you're going to go in the Brisbane Premier League next season?
I think we'll do okay. We've been able to retain all of the squad from last year, and we do have a couple of key signings, which we're not just going to make just at the moment, but we have a couple of key players waiting to sign on for the BPL season. And
what does it mean to the club to be playing in the Premier League next year?
Well, it was always our hope to be able to play in the BPL. We had a 5-year plan. The restructure's just brought that forward a few years, so we think we're worthy of it. We think we can be competitive in it, and I think we'll do okay.
What are the other challenges you face as a club?
Challenges is always player strength, you know. I mean, it's always trying to retain players, trying to keep players within the club structure, trying to keep them happy. And we pride ourselves that we've been able to, over the last few years, have a core group of players that have been here when we were promoted, first from Capital 2, when we went to Capital 1, when we were relegated from Capital 1, we kept all of those players. We'll have a good, strong, competitive squad this year.
What's the short-term and the long-term plans for the club?
Well, we're looking at development of Atthows Park, or as we call it, Tornado Alley at Atthows, because Stormers Tornado, that's why we decided on that name. We share the facility with baseball, that's on the bottom end there. We've got a 4-year plan, which includes some major developments. It will start next year, when we'll be building a new canteen here with a deck and merchandising, also new dugouts on both fields, and then we'll progressively go through with a running track, with electronic scoreboards, entertainment areas, and also the main aim is to put a second story on this building to have a clubhouse, because it's very important for the growth of the club, and it will give us so much more opportunity to do extra things, and particularly the local community, the residents as well as the business community, so we can do more things than just play football.
You recently announced that there could be a possible commitment from your local MP, depending on how the state election goes. What would that mean to the club?
Well, that would really put our plan forward, because the 300,000 is for what they say the clubhouse. But in fact, it will be the second story on this building. This building was designed to be able to put a second story on, and we'll be able to connect with all the existing utilities and everything else, which will cut the cost down significantly. If that grant comes through, if the NLP wins government, then we'll be very, very happy to start that project, to really develop this complex here.
A new player coming to the club, what can they expect over the next couple of years? What can be on offer for them?
Oh look, I think as far as the Stormers are concerned, we're a family club. We don't like to think that we're just a pea in the pod for a particular type of team or player. We're a participation club where if a player comes along and he wants to play football, we'll find a team for him.
I just want to touch on obviously the player registrations. You've had a boost over the last couple of years, and that includes your Special Olympics that are hosted here as well. Can you explain a little bit more about that growth?
Yes, well, we've been quite aggressive in our marketing and our recruitment campaign. For the last 2 years we've done a lot local with letterbox distribution, an editorial in the local paper and everything else. But also the word has got around that we are a real family club, that we cater for every age group, from little puddles with 3 to 5-year-olds to the masters. We cater for the social, we cater for masters, for legends, and no matter what the standard of play is, you can come into this club, as Tony said. I mean, we've got kids 11, 12 that never played a game of football. They come to us and we find them a spot. But we really local, we promote ourselves as local, and people are accepting that now. So they, you know, I'm getting more inquiries. Before we even started our campaign, people are already contacting us, how can we register? So that's a very good sign.
Well, thank you for your time, gentlemen, and we look forward to seeing you in 2018.
Thank you.
Thank you.